Interface segregation. This means classes shouldn't have to implement methods that aren't relevant to them just because they implement a particular interface. Let's have a look at interfaces generally, and then we'll put interface segregation into context. Let's have a look at the wrong way to break up a program, and then we'll see where interfaces come in to help resolve the problem. Let's say we're going to use extension, not interfaces. So we could say a giraffe can be treated like a mammal, and a bear can be treated like a mammal. Well, they're both mammals, right? And let's say we have a hoof trimming service. So we get our generic reusability from saying a giraffe is a mammal, a bear is a mammal, a hoof trimming service, well, that can deal with mammals. So we pass the mammal in to the hoof trimming service. I won't put the notation there, but you could just imagine that little solid diamond there. Mammal is passed in to hoof trimming service. Well, there's a problem with that. Bear doesn't have hooves. So the fact that they're both mammals isn't particularly relevant to the hoof trimming service. So how are we going to say that certain subclasses need a hoof trimming service and other subclasses don't? Here's how we do it, and this is the reason mammal's in red. It's in red because it's wrong. Enter interfaces. Hoofable. Let's call it hoofable. Hoofable is your interface. A bear doesn't have hooves. A bear does not implement hoofable. And remember, in Java and in other modern object-oriented languages, classes can implement as many interfaces as they want. They can only extend one. So this gives you all kinds of scope for reusability. A giraffe has hooves, so is hoofable. A bear doesn't, so isn't. It might extend other things that are suitable for a bear. What this means is, much like we looked at when we looked at Liskov substitution, inside the hoof trimming service, we can treat a giraffe not as a mammal, not as an animal, but as a hoofable in this circumstance. So let's put the right notation in there. By splitting them up into small interfaces that just code for effectively one thing, it means that we don't have to implement things that aren't relevant. An interface isn't about what an object is, it's about what an object can do or does. So giraffe is hoofable. That's something that it can do. And by splitting up your interfaces like that and applying them to your objects, this is the way in which we get code reusability. And that is interfaces generally, and more specifically, interface segregation.